I guess Rite Aid doesn't want me getting into their dumpster. Book Bandit here. Wondering what I'm doing at all? Well, I am trying to hunt down some boxes because I made a shipment of 27 items and it was split amongst 3 warehouses. One in state, one in South Carolina, and one in Florida. I think I've figured out why, or this is my theory. If you make a shipment of only books and it's 50 or less, I believe that you will not get it split up. Unless you've had it split up amongst books, then I'm completely wrong. But just based on my experience, my last shipment of 44 items, which was mostly books, mostly, so not 100%, but mostly books, was not split up. This shipment that has some books, VHS, CDs, an old Pictionary board game, and 2 Guitar Hero guitars was split amongst 3 warehouses. The Pictionary board game and the 2 Guitar Hero guitars are all going to the Florida warehouse. So I have to find a box to put in the 30-inch long Guitar Hero guitar and the Pictionary board game, which is an odd shape as well. A large, oversized, rectangular box. So those together, I might have to put them in 2 separate boxes. I figured I didn't want to go and try to find a 30-inch long box at the store when I could try to find one dumpster diving, which is what I've been able to do. I found a few good ones, so we'll see if that works out. I have another potential here. Let's see. That box was a little too huge and it had a bunch of garbage in it, so that's not going to work. I love free boxes, but I definitely don't like dirty free boxes. I considered taking the guitars out and the Pictionary out of the shipment so that it would only go to the 2 warehouses, but I figured based upon what I listed them for, which is around $40, about $80 combined, that it's gonna still be a nice profit when they sell. I got them for free from a friend. The rank is pretty good. It's around under 20,000 for video games. And based on Camel, it's selling pretty consistently. Not a ton, not like it used to 4 or 5 years ago, but selling enough to where I think that I can get some sales and hopefully get sales before Christmas. But I figure it's worth it. If I have to, I can drop the prices to try to get a sale quicker if I'm not getting a sale in the first couple months. That Pictionary game is going to go for decent money as well, and that was from my wife's mother, or from them, I guess, from the family. It was sitting there for a long time, and it's got every single piece in it. The box is just a little damaged, but aside from that, it's in good shape. It's funny the things that come out when you have a yard sale that you didn't know your family had. I don't know if my theory is correct about sending multiple types of items into FBA. And maybe if it's mostly books, it won't get broken up if it's under 50, or all books. I'd like to know what your experience is. Maybe you're gonna say, oh, no, I sent in all books under 50 items and I still got multiple warehouses. And then I don't know what to say. Maybe it's where you live. Amazon seems to, they have a funky algorithm, and it's based on random stuff or things that we don't know or understand. So hopefully I got some good boxes and I can put it together and get this shipment together. Let's see if the guitars fit in the box that I found. Here's all the boxes that I picked up today from dumpster diving, as it's called. Not really diving in dumpsters. A lot of them are actually outside of the dumpsters or sitting on top, and I just grab them out. So no diving involved. So this one I thought would work for might be tall enough for the guitars, but it wasn't. That's not gonna work. And this one I got for the puzzle, or for the game, for the board game, But as it turned out, this long one is perfect. Because not only can I fit the guitars, the other one here on top, but this also fits. Pictionary board game also fits. So that was, I'm really glad that I got that one. Because I was just going to do that one for the guitars and this other thin one for the board game. But I can put both of them in there. I know it's still a big box and it's not going to weigh that much, but the dimensions are kind of going to cost me a little bit more money. But it should be worth it. These are some extras. I have that other shipment that's going in state. I have another box too that I already had that might work, but if that doesn't work, one of these three might work. And this little one, not the little boy, but the little box is going to be good for the CDs. I think there's 8 CDs that I'm sending to all the way to South Carolina. So it's not going to weigh that much, and it's going to go in a small box, so it shouldn't cost very much or too much. So that was good. That was a nice little free haul. So do you ever do some dumpster diving or go looking at dumpsters for boxes? I've done it a few times, and this was my best little haul, I would say. It's a Monday when I'm shooting this, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. But nonetheless, one that had the best boxes there was Michael's. And there was actually a woman there who was grabbing some boxes as well, and she said, oh, I always come here to get some good boxes because they're usually in great shape and they have different sizes and that sort of thing, which they did. They had all kinds of sizes and all of them were in great shape. I try to stay away from the food restaurants and supermarkets because they tend to have dirtier boxes, ones that aren't suitable for shipping FBA. But instead of going to Staples or wherever to try to find a perfect fitting box that was going to cost too much money, I figured I might as well just drive around with the kids and see if I could find anything, and luckily I did. So I recommend it if you're looking for odd shaped boxes or boxes in general. You can find some good spots. It can be worth it. So I'm going to go through and prepare the shipment, and I don't have too much stuff to pack, so it shouldn't take too long. It's just a matter of having to send this one long odd shaped box, which was why I didn't want to send in the guitars. When I found out how much they were going for, I figured, well, I might as well just do it, get them out of here, and move on. Let's see. I'm curious to know about what you guys have to say about the splitting of shipments, and if you've seen a difference between when it's all books under 50 items, or if it's books and other items, non-books or non-media items, that if you then see them being split, or if it's even if it's all books, is it still being split under 50 books? So let me know. Okay, so I dropped off the 3 boxes at UPS, and I brilliantly did not take any video or pictures of the boxes, so that's great. But nonetheless, I was able to get the 2 guitars and the Pictionary board game in that long box that I showed you earlier. Now, apparently there was an extra charge for the shipment, something to do with surcharge for dimensional weight, which is not a surprise because it's a longer box, but I figured. But there is over $100 worth of merchandise in there, so assuming it all sells relatively soon, within the next 6 months hopefully, then I will definitely make some good profit. But it was a lot to ship those items, over $4 per item. So basically, even though I got them for free, they weren't really free. That box went to Florida, so that was $13. And then the other box that went to South Carolina was only 8 CDs, or rather 7 CDs and 1 VHS tape. And that one was $7, I believe, 7 something. The other box, which stayed in state, was only $5 and change, and there were 16 items in there. So overall, the shipping was $24 for 27 items, which because of that oddly shaped long box, brought up the shipping for everything. But aside from those 3 items, everything else was relatively tame. It wasn't too much. So it does feel great to get all those items out, even though it was only 27. I like the smaller shipments as soon as I have at least a good amount together to ship them out. So it does feel great, and I'm glad, even though they were split amongst 3, I do like the smaller shipments. It's quicker to put together, aside from having to get that long box and deal with that nonsense. But I'm not going to ship out or buy any more guitars, so I won't be doing that anymore, hopefully, or anything like it. I'm glad I was able to get them out, and that some of them will be there within the next few days, hopefully by Wednesday. Thursday at the latest, the one in state, probably by Wednesday. So those will be live, and there's some good books in there going for good money. Other ones will take a little bit more time. I'm glad I was able to get them out. So I got the boxes for free and just spent a little bit of time doing that, and I found some new spots where I can find some boxes. Check out your local Michael's if you have it. They might have some good boxes behind the store and in or around the dumpster. So don't be afraid to get dirty. And as always, remember, keep booking.